Hello everyone and welcome back to Splash. Today we're going to be talking about 5 Pawn Star deals that went horribly wrong. Do you want to win the new iPhone 11 Pro? If so, be sure to watch the whole video, leave a like and comment the hidden message. And with that being said, let's get right back into the video. Number 5. Cubic zirconias. Also bad. The late great Richard the Old Man Harrison said that fake diamonds have swindled him the most. When cubic zirconia, a synthetic diamond doppelgänger, first hit the market in the late 70s and early 80s, many pawn shops were duped.
This is what's called a cubic zirconia. It's made to look like a perfect diamond. There are very, very few perfect diamonds out there.
Nobody knew about them and they tested as diamonds, said Harrison in a History Channel segment back in 2010. Everybody in the industry bought a bunch of them, he said. He wasted nearly $30,000. Cubic zirconias don't pose much of a problem for today's pawn trade, though. The old man's grandson, Corey Big Hoss Harrison, even filmed a do-it-yourself video for the History Channel in 2009 called How to Spot a Fake Diamond. In short, the faux rocks are too perfect, Corey said. There are very, very few perfect diamonds out there. So the hawker on the street probably doesn't own one.
Chances are no one's going to walk up to you on the street with a flawless stone. Flawless stones are sold by Harry Winston, Tiffany's, stuff like that, and they are very expensive.
To be sure, he recommends examining gems under a magnifying glass or asking a reputable jeweler to take a closer look. Number 4. The Jimi Hendrix Experience. Now, a lot of customers stroll into the pawn shop toting guitars, but when a long-haired seller claimed to own one of Jimi Hendrix's electrics, Rick Harrison got all fanboy behind the counter.
If this was actually owned and played by the legend himself, this will be the coolest guitar ever to walk into my shop, and I will go to great lengths to buy this guitar.
Harrison brought in a local expert, Jesse Omaroso at Cowtown Guitars, to examine the item. Omaroso confirmed the '63 Olympic white Fender Stratocaster was, in fact, played by Hendrix. It had all the telltale scuff marks on the rough riffing left-hander, as well as historic photos, documents, and even a serial number.
That's a good guitar, man.
So what do you think it's worth?
Anywhere from $750 to good auction million.
Harrison put up $450,000. The seller wanted $750,000. As he turned to leave, Harrison jumped to $600,000, but those boots kept walking. At the time of this writing, the Strat was back on the market, but with Cowtown Guitars as its broker. Did Omaroso make a backdoor deal with the pawn shop's customer, or was his niche business simply a better fit for the Fender? Number 3. The Shoeless Joe Jackson Autograph. In the season 6 episode, Say It Ain't So, Rick made another ill-fated gamble without consulting his trustworthy experts, shelling out $13,000 on a book he believed might contain the authentic signature of baseball great Shoeless Joe Jackson. Rick couldn't have been more excited during the appraisal, saying this is absolutely incredible and speculating that it might be the rarest sports signature period, because Jackson was illiterate.
Shoeless Joe Jackson was a baseball legend. He was such a good hitter, Babe Ruth actually copied his style.
But despite the seller's questionable certificate of authenticity and Rick's own reservations, as he admitted, of all the sports signatures in the world, this one is the most faked, he bought it anyway.
I'll make it short and sweet. I'll go $13,000. I won't go a penny more. I mean, ask for $1 more, you can just pick the book up and leave.
After hearing from Rebecca, his book expert, that the signature was likely a fake, Rick then sent it out to another authenticator who reiterated the bad news. Not only was it a forgery, but it was a laughably bad one. Number 2. The Willie Mays Uniform. In a 2012 episode called Free Willie, Corey made the blunder of forking over $31,000 for what he believed was a game-worn Willie Mays San Francisco Giants uniform from 1961.
It's a family heirloom. My uncle acquired it in the late 60s, and when he passed away, my aunt just kept good care of it, and about 2.5 years ago, she was nice enough to give it to me.
But the red flags with this were apparent from the jump. For starters, the uniform was pristine, a point not lost on Chumley, and observed that this doesn't look like a game worn. Willie Mays was a badass. He was sliding around in the dirt and the grass. I imagine there would be a bunch of stains on it. Good observation, chum. Also, the seller had no authentication paperwork whatsoever, which is never a good sign. But Big Hoss took a gamble, and boy was he all kinds of wrong.
Sounds good.
All right.
John, take care of it.
All right.
And an in-depth tracking of what happened to the uniform post-Pawn Stars, the blog Hall of Shame discovered that not only did they fail to retail it at a ridiculous asking price of $80,000, but they only ended up getting $19,200 for it at an auction around 2 years later. And it gets worse. After reaching out to Dave Grob, the senior uniform authenticator at Mears, Hall of Shame reported that the uniform was never worn in a game by Mays because it never even belonged to Mays. It was a Spalding salesman sample with minimal value, estimated to be worth $2,000, maybe $3,000. Now, of course, that technically means Corey didn't get as ripped off as he could have, since he still unloaded it for just shy of $20,000. But we seriously doubt he's happy with how that deal went down. Number 1, the Wells Fargo Strongbox. In a 5th season episode called Corey's Big Play, Rick made the unusual mistake of buying something he was unsure of before he had it authenticated. He dropped $450 on what he believed to be a 19th century Wells Fargo Strongbox, only to have his hopes of a profit shot down by an expert and show regular Mark, the Beard of Knowledge, Hall Patton, who called the box a complete fantasy piece.
I don't have good news for you. It's a complete fake.
Damn it, Rick.
Hall Patton twisted the knife a little more, saying it's one of the most faked items out there. The seller also brought the box in stuffed with 2 ball and chain sets he thought were artifacts from the Yuma and Folsom prisons. But Rick recognized those as fakes right away, meaning that Rick definitely should have sensed something wasn't right with the box. The old man who observed the whole transaction wasted no time rubbing it in, telling Rick, "I thought it was a fake to start with," but he let the deal go through just so he could have something to hang over Rick's head.
I thought it was fake to start with.
Well, then why didn't you say anything?
I didn't want to bust your bubble.
A simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We'll be giving away the brand new iPhone 11 Pro, so be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. Go for it. Well everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video. While you are here, go ahead and click the links above to check out some of our other awesome videos. Also, do not forget to like and subscribe for more content like this, and I will see you in the next video.